Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and blog. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card tutorial. Today I have a very quick card idea. If you are short on Christmas cards, or actually you could put this design to use in any kind of a card, it'll be a very quick idea for you to put some pattern paper to use. I'm using a couple of different pattern papers, and you might recognize the gingerbread houses from Candy Cane Lane, and then there's also another piece that has the candy canes with a little filigrees around it. It's a very pretty paper, and so I want to be able to focus on this paper and make it really be put to use in a card. I'm fussy cutting one of the gingerbread house images away from the rest of the card piece, away from the designer series paper. I'm just using my regular paper snips to get as close as I can, but I don't want to spend too much time. I know that I will be able to refine my cuts later. My card base is a standard white cardstock. I'm using Whisper White from Stampin' Up, and once it is scored and folded, it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I have a strip of designer series paper that I am placing to the right hand side of the card, and it measures the whole total height of the card, which is 5 1/2 inches, and I believe I cut this to be 2 inches. I am going to put on the left hand side is a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, and it is also cut the entire height of the card, which is 5 1/2, and I think I set it to about 2 3/4. I just wanted to have enough space to where it'll overlap the designer series paper on the right hand side and be able to feature the gingerbread house and the sentiment. The stamp set that I'm using today is Here's to Cheers stamp set, and I'm going to raise this left hand panel up on dimensionals so that it will stand apart from the designer series paper. I'm also going to be using some baker's twine. This is some leftover Christmas supplies that I was using. Everything goes together in this particular suite. So it is called Candy Cane Lane. I believe you might still be able to purchase it from Stampin' Up. But here I'm taking the twine and just manipulating it together so that I can form a very simple bow on the front of this panel. I did forget to do the bow before I pulled the backs off of the dimensionals, so I'm sure this is a problem that you guys might come across in your crafting. The way that I'm solving that is not to lay it down on paper that's going to make a connection with the adhesive. Instead, I just grabbed the plastic packaging from the baker's twine, and I knew that I'd be able to get the dimensionals back up off of that plastic. So that's something that might help you in your future crafting endeavors. Now I'm ready to adhere this panel to the card, and I'm just matching it up to the left hand side. I'm not giving there any kind of a frame to the left. It's just going to be a very clean and simple card. Here is me refining this die cut just a little bit more. Sometimes I can get in a little closer with my paper snips if I'm able to go back in with a fresh eye a little bit later after I've cut something out. So this is the cutest little gingerbread house, and I thought it would be really great to fussy cut it and use it as the main focal point on a card instead of using the card paper piece to lay on its own. Thank you for joining me for this very quick card tutorial, and I invite you over to my blog at jennystampsup.com, and there you'll find daily card making inspiration. Thanks, and Merry Christmas.
Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.